Well, everyone, today we're going to be working with something, I don't know what it is. The gentleman I got this from called it Tanner Oak, but I've looked into it and there kind of is no such thing. So I'm really hoping you guys can help me identify it. We're going to put it on the lathe. We're going to make something nice out of it, I hope. It's got some beautiful spalting, but I just don't know what the species is. So anyway, as we go forward, if you guys can comment and tell me what you think it is, I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, here we go. Well, hey there, friends. Well, here we go again for another turning. We're going to start by finding center on this piece, and we're going to put it between centers and get it on the lathe so we can start seeing what is underneath all this crazy features and textures of this mystery wood. Start working on the outside edge, and again, trying to get it into round. Start working on the bottom and getting that a little bit more flat as well. I'm using almost predominantly a 1/2 inch bowl gouge on this piece. Again, as I said in the very beginning, I have no idea what species of wood this is. Just that it was beautiful and had so much character to it. So wanted to see what was underneath and inside and see what I can make out of it. But boy, oh boy, the whole time just trying to figure out what it is. Wasn't particularly hard or dense, although it definitely is a hardwood, but simple to turn, but just no idea what it is. Gonna get it round all the way and start figuring out what shape we're going to take here. Kind of at this point deciding that I wanted to have a little bit more of a traditional bowl shape on this piece, and which means I'm going to bring it in toward the bottom a little bit closer. I decided I would do a recess on this because I really, the whole time I'm turning this, I just didn't want to lose any more of this piece of wood than I needed to. So I didn't want to do a tenon because it would make my piece a little shorter. Using some shear scraping cuts to help define the shape and also remove any of the tool lines that I may have inadvertently left on the piece. At this point I'm kind of going, holy smokes, this stuff is cool. We're going to do a little sanding. Usually take this to about a 400 grit before I go into using my fine steel wool and medium Scotch pad and fine Scotch pad. And I'll do those prior to doing any kind of sanding paste or anything like that. Yeah, right. I mean, geez Louise. How cool is that? We're going to give it a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to clean up all the dust and anything else that might be left on the piece, and also gives us a nice first look of what this will look like when it's completed. Yeah, wow. Loving this. I'm going to use a little bit of the Brad's sanding paste, bring up the speed a little bit, buff it so it's smooth, and then wipe it off on the clean portion of my paper towel so you can't see any left. Time to turn this around and get it into the chuck so we can start working on the top and start hollowing out. Getting this top and round was a little bit challenging for some reason. I think again I was trying to not go too aggressive on my cuts because I wanted to leave as much of this piece of wood as possible. We're going to start hollowing now again with the 1/2-inch bowl gouge and start establishing our wall thickness and the depth that we will ultimately have. The piece turned actually very well. No issues or troubles, and I didn't run into any big cracks on the inside, no surprises. So for a change, that was really nice. I think I've said before, I tend to like to establish a lot of the wall thickness before I remove a lot of the bulk in the center, because that center bulk is what helps to make sure the side walls don't flex so much. Once those side walls get thin, going back to try to smooth them out and that sort of thing when they are flexing at about 1,000 RPMs, it's really, really difficult. I'm going to go in with a carbide to do a lot of this bottom work. I need to actually get myself a bottom bowl gouge. Toward the end of this hollowing process, I'm going to use my negative rake scraper and really smooth things out a little bit, get rid of any tool marks, and also take a little bit of more bulk off the very bottoms. We're going to start our sanding process, and again up to about 400 grit, and then we'll use the Scotch pad and the fine steel wool. Use a little bit more of the isopropyl alcohol to clean off any dust or anything, and also give us a nice look at all that amazing spalting on the inside as well. Going to use a little bit more of the Brad's sanding paste. Smooth out that inside even more. Give it a really nice clean surface before we do any tung oil or anything like that. So I'm going to turn this around now and see if we can get rid of that center tenon that I have in there, and that will just leave us with the recess or the mortise. I'll go at the end and take this to the drill press and drill out that nub. just the right size so I can put my branding emblem in at the very end. Doing that now. A little bit of CA. Why am I using black? Because I ran out of the clear. Spray the activator on the back of the wood token. Makes it set up really, really quick. And there we have it. Guys, I really want to thank everybody, as always, for taking the time, especially if you've gotten all the way to the end here, watching the video and showing support. I am brand new to wood turning and to YouTube, and it is really, really appreciated. All your comments and likes and supports that you've given me. Don't forget to comment on the bottom, please. I really would love to know what this species of wood is, and there's a lot of people out there with a ton more experience than me, so leave your comments below. This piece and several others that I've done will be for sale on my Etsy store, and that link is in the description. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you next time. Take care.